Hello, everyone. Good morning, or I guess good early afternoon. I am actually extremely nervous this morning as I start this Facebook Live, and I pray that hearts will be opened and that you will receive it in the way that it was intended. I am nervous because it means a lot to me, and I'm just praying that I don't get emotional and that I can share my words and my thoughts with clarity and with purpose. And I'm praying to be inspired as I do this. As many of you know, I don't ever write scripts, and I just kind of go with my gut and I go with the Spirit. So again, I am doing this because I pray that it'll be passed and that it'll be shared, and that women that represent me will share this and forward this, because I don't like to get on soapboxes very often. Now, years ago, I was known for getting on a social network soapboxes, and I realized that I can do a whole lot more in the world by just loving on individuals and improving my own life while helping others to improve theirs than I could ever do on a social media soapbox, right? Where you're literally throwing your pearls before swine and just causing fights, and that is not who I am. So my prayer is that this will be passed on, not as a soapbox, but as a way to get women to stand up and truly show who they are and share who they are. So, you know, the world has truly blurred the definition of family. And I believe that the cure to so many of the issues happening in the world is through family and through love and support from people around you that believe in you and that are strong for you in your week. And I believe to my very core in family, and that is why my family is more important to me than anything else. But through the years, the definition of women has also been blurred, and that is happening right now more than ever. And I believe that it happens because when you can take down families and when you can take down women, you truly can hurt society and you can hurt the world. And so it is times like this that good people have to stand up and truly define what they believe families and women are. So today I simply want to represent who I am and share a few thoughts, and I hope this is taken the way that I'm delivering it from my heart. I am imperfect. I'm so imperfect. I screw up all the time, and yet I love my imperfection. As a woman, I can be imperfect. I can make mistakes, and I can continue and endure well and be happy and be okay with the fact that I'm just a screw up. As a woman, I can recognize that those around me are screw ups, and because of that, I can love them all the more, and I can accept their imperfections, even when they're saying things or doing things that I do not agree with. As a woman, I can be forgiving. I can forgive myself, which helps me to improve, and I can forgive those around me. I'm an imperfect mom. I yell at my kids. I'm impatient with my children. I don't always have time for them. Thank you, girls. I love you too. As a mother, I get so excited to see their cute little faces. I just want to freaking eat them up when they get home from school. And then yet 2 minutes later, I just want to kick them outside and have nothing to do with them because they drive me crazy. Right? Being a mom is the hardest thing I've ever done, and yet it is the best thing I've ever done. And I fall in love with my kids every single day. Sorry, I knew I was going to get emotional. Being a mother is one of the most important things that I could do in this life, and I absolutely love my children. And I snuggle one of them every single night, and he's getting ridiculously spoiled, and I'm a little worried about what this new baby is going to do to him. As a woman, I am an imperfect wife. I absolutely adore my husband. And yet I get annoyed with him when he doesn't put the toilet paper roll on the toilet paper thing. I mean, it's been like 8 years and he's yet to ever put it on the actual little thingamajiggy, right? He leaves every cabinet and every drawer in the kitchen open. He drives me nuts. And yet he is the best man I know. And we argue and we push each other, but we continue to grow together, and we're learning how to do this thing called life together, and we're getting better and better every single day. I'm an imperfect friend. I forget birthdays. I don't always reach out to people when I should. I get stuck in my own head, and I get busy with my own life, and I forget to be a good friend. And yet I love my friends so much. I pray for them. When I see their faces, I'm so excited to see them. When I'm with them, right? I'm the kind of woman that I might not reach out every single day, but when I'm with you, you know that I love you. And I'm so grateful for the friends I've had. I've had years of not having a lot of friends, and now I'm blessed beyond belief for the incredible friends that I have. And I don't deserve them, but I'm grateful for them. I'm an imperfect daughter. I judge my parents. I get mad at my parents. I don't love on them the way that I should every day. I'm an imperfect sibling, right? I'm not the best sister in the world. But I am so crazy proud of my parents and my friend and my family, my sisters, my brothers, and the great people they are. Even though they drive me crazy sometimes when we fight, we love each other even harder. I work. I represent women who work, right? I work full time. I'm engaged in an incredible cause. And I truly believe that I can change the world. And I believe that every single woman has the ability to change the world, because it's all about perspective. When you change one family, you have changed their world. And so we literally have the power to influence the entire world, and I love that. I'm engaged in a cause that means everything to me. Danielle, you are my friend. I'm trying to keep going, not being distracted, but I just absolutely love you guys. I work, I support my husband. We went from, a struggling situation financially where I never, ever saw my husband, and he was always gone. And he worked so hard, and he was struggling to now, we work together. But it really took me in this situation, it took me going first. So I represent women that do hard things, that try hard things, that are courageous, that take chances, that take leaps of faith, right? That are just inspiring their children. I pray every day that what I'm doing is inspiring my kids to live life big and to take chances and to be okay when you fail. I'm a full-time mom. Because my husband's home full-time with me, I get to work full-time and I get to be a mom full-time, and it's the very, very best. Some days it's better than others, but I love it. I am educated. I love school. I know I'm weird. Some don't agree with that. I love educating myself. I love to know about everything. I don't know anything, but I love to try and know everything. I love understanding the world, how it works. I love politics. I love science. I love geology. I am learning to love math. Don't really love it. I love to write. I love to write. I am a student at heart, and I also love to teach. So I represent women that teach and that are willing to teach their friends, teach their schools, teach their children. I represent women who are okay arguing. I argue a lot, and I'm not always right. So I'm willing to be wrong, and I'm willing to be respectful. And that's what we need more than ever before, is we need women that are able to hear and to listen, but to also have their voices be heard and to stand up for what is right. I will not be quiet. I will always share the way that I feel, but I also know that I'm not always right and that I have to listen to and learn. It is one of the greatest relationships in the world, is being a student and a teacher, and that role reverses all the time. I am a churchgoer. I go to church every single Sunday, and I have my entire life, and it's not always easy. Some days I don't want to go, but I go every Sunday because it's where I'm supposed to be, and it's where I give gratitude to my God, and it's where my family has to be in order to survive this world and to become better each day. I don't take the Lord's name in vain. He is everything to me, and I respect him. I don't curse. At least I try not to. I have a few favorite words. Don't judge me. But I don't curse because I believe that there is so much harshness in this world, and I don't want to be a part of that. I dress modestly. I dress modestly not just to show respect to my own body and my children and my God, but also to represent myself and who I am, and to not put others in situations where they would be tempted or be in a bad place. I represent beauty, even though I'm crazy, right? And even though I'm a tomboy, I still am a woman, and I love who I am. I serve. I am not always the best servant, and I don't always do all the service that I should, but I represent women that serve daily, and their acts of service aren't ever seen or recognized, and sometimes they go without gratitude. I represent the women that do things for their neighbors and do things for their husbands and their children and their friends, not for recognition, but just because you're just trying to be good and you're just trying to show you love others. I work out a lot, even pregnant. I hit the gym, and I love being strong. I love pushing my body. I love sweating. So I don't represent all women in this one category, but here's the deal. I love this body that God has given me, and I love pushing it to see what it can do. I also work out because if somebody ever tries to hurt me or my children, they're going to get their butts kicked, because I will protect my family and I will protect my friends. I carry a gun. I represent women that have that right, and I do that again to protect my family and my loved ones, because my country has given us that right. And lastly, I represent my grandmothers, who I love so very much. I represent my grandma Esther, who was an Indian and who was raised as a slave, and who became an incredible woman who was known all throughout her state for being a midwife and a healer and a nurturer. I represent her because she burned down her house because her husband wouldn't move, and she was so freaking stubborn that she made it happen. And I am definitely a representation of her. And I represent my grandma Abbott, who in her 70s was still hiking and camping all by herself, and did crazy things and loved life and was full of energy and was so much the adventurer that I hope that I can always be. That is who I am as a woman, and I hope that everybody knows that. And you don't have to be who I am, and I still love you, right? We're all different. I recognize and I see color and gender, and I see differences in people. I notice if you're black. I notice if you're Mexican. I notice if you have an accent. I notice if you're young or old. And I notice because I recognize beauty in difference, and I'm grateful for the differences that we all have. I recognize that we're all sinners. We all screw up. We all say things we shouldn't say. We all do things we shouldn't do. And yet I forgive you. And I pray that you will always forgive me for my weaknesses. Guys, I absolutely love being a woman. And I say that not because I am better than men or because I'm less than men. My husband and I are equal partners. We both have incredible gifts, and we complement each other. And that's how this is supposed to work. I represent all the women that respect men in this world and that recognize how great they are and how important they are in this life. And I represent the fact that we all get to be exactly who we want to be, and nobody gets to tell me who I am or what I can do. I can do anything, but I don't have to be crass or vulgar or yell and fight to be that. I love you guys. I hope this gets shared. I hope that you share who you are as women as we fight and as we march across the world representing who we are and not allowing any other type of woman represent us. I love you guys. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Mwah.